As of this recording, this month right now is Domestic Awareness Month and Bully Awareness Month. And I know this is part of Vee's, a sweet spot of her heart. So Vee, speak life to this, these two things. I just want to give you some time to share on that. And then also let us know what you have your hands involved in that you want to get out to the girlfriends so that they can be aware of how to continue to be connected with your voice of encouragement.
Well, thank you, and again, thank you for allowing me to come and share with your lovely audience. I am a domestic violence survivor, and I have been outside of that and on the other side of living my life for the last 5 years. And one of the things that we want to encourage others is that there is a great life ahead of you, and you don't have to worry about the different obstacles that you faced back then, but focus on those, again, the thoughts of peace and prosperity that have been outlined specifically for you. One of the items that we have coming up is a freedom workshop. This workshop, and also the nonprofit, we have a nonprofit is Shifted Masterpiece Incorporated. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We've been in operation for a year now. And one of the things that we do, we support domestic violence survivors. This came about as I was undergoing my personal situation and experience with domestic violence. The first time I was abused, I did not even know that's what the term was. Mm-hmm. So a big piece on making folk aware of what it is, what it looks like, how it happens, because it sees no race, no color, no age, gender, no sexual orientation. This is something that across the board. There are 1 in 4 women, just women, that are impacted by domestic violence, and 1 in 7 men are impacted by domestic violence. So with those numbers, and there's someone murdered at least once or twice a week. I don't know the specific statistics, but here in the Atlanta area, there is someone murdered on a regular basis due to some form of domestic violence.
Wow.
Inflicted, but it's an epidemic. And so my job now is to be informative. It took me to get to a point where it's when I left my situation, I was left blind for over 2 weeks because I had been scarred. I ended up in the hospital. Okay, that's how badly bruised I was, not only physically but internally. So we're talking about physical, verbal, financial, and emotional and spiritual abuse. Okay. I experienced all forms of it, but I wasn't able to say, hey, I'm a battered wife. Who goes around saying that? No one walks around saying, I'm a battered wife. Yes, I was. Or my husband's abusing me at home. No one walks around saying that because we've been trained to sweep things under the rug, to keep our business to ourselves and to not talk about what goes on in our home and just be private about everything. But now let me tell you something, because I am where I am now mentally, and after having gone through counseling, and after having had an opportunity to gain a form of healing, after going through the process of forgiving my ex-husband and abuser, that is, it's a process. But now that I've gotten to the other side of this process, I'm now encountering, I'm meeting multitude of women that will want to call and just talk. They just want to listen to them, because I think I want to get out, but I don't know how. I don't know what to do. One of the things that I didn't know was that there are resources available for you. There are not only resources on the counseling end, there are resources to help you get out, emergency services that will help you get out safely.
Beautiful.
And alive. And that's one of the things that we're trying to save lives here. That's what we're trying to do. We don't want your situation to end deadly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just finished my freshman book. The name of the story is Shifted Masterpiece, a story of love and horror in Savannah, Georgia. This book is a account of my personal story. So it's based on a true story. It's a quick read and one that I'm hoping, everyone will have an opportunity to read. If they don't care to read material of this nature, pass it on to a friend. Pass it on to a loved one, because the information there is just that to help the next person understand that they are not alone. We want to make sure that people know that there is help for them. And we also want to make sure that people know that not only is it, advocate support, there's financial support. The state of Georgia will pay for your medical bills. If you've experienced any physical harm that landed you in the hospital, or you got to go to the doctor, or take care of things. Hey, lucky for me, I had health insurance. But think about the multitude of women that don't have health insurance. Think about the multitude of women that are depending, or men that are depending on their mate that's abusing them to sustain them. But what I didn't know, there are resources available. Let's start with that phone number. If you're being abused, or if you're being silent and don't want to share, the first thing that you can do right now is call 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-SAFE. So if you know anyone else being abused, you give them that number, and there's going to be someone on the call 24/7 there and available to take your call and help you get out of the situation safely. If you're not sure if you're being abused, you just have questions, that's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. This is something that I wish I knew as a now survivor, but then I was a victim back then and didn't even know it. But now that I know, my job is now go and spread this news to everyone. This is not to break up a happy home, but it can't be too happy if you're being abused. So
all right.
We want to save lives here. Most victims that go back to their abuser end up dead. If I not left my husband the night that I did, I would be dead. I don't know when it was coming, but I did see I saw it. I saw my life flash right before my eyes, like a series of events. The night that the worst attack that I ever had, and then when I start meeting and listening to the stories of all these other women and men, and their level of physical abuse was worse than mine. I'm meeting women that have been shot multiple times. I'm meeting that have been just undergoing things for a myriad of years. And they're still there because they don't know what to do. They don't know what's next. They don't know that there is a great amount of help and support available to them. So, Miss Angela, I appreciate you for allowing me to share this with them. And again, that phone number is 1-800-799-SAFE. Some people will say, well, Vee, why did you stay so long? One of the reasons is because of my lease. I was tied to a lease in our home at the time, and my son and I were there. But I was tied to a lease, and I figured, I could just start putting my things over here because we were going to move. But I can put my things over here, put his things over there, because I knew he wasn't going to pack, and then we can get out. And I can make a clean, even break. I only had to put up with the abuse for a couple more months. If I could have just lasted for a few more months. But what's going to happen, that abuse began to escalate over time. And I could not get out and wait for the lease to be over. I had to get out now. If I didn't leave, if my son and I did not escape the night that we did, I don't know where we would be. But I do know this, help is on the way. The state of Georgia, if you vote, Please get out and vote. If you're not, I think we have, I think it's Monday or Tuesday is I'm sorry, I don't know when you're going to air this, but if you can get out and vote in November, please vote yes for Marcy's Law. Remember, I said I was tied to a lease. Marcy's Law, as we vote yes, will allow me to be able to get out of that lease because I'm in a domestic violence situation.
Wow. Neato.
That's how big and important this is. Had Marcy's Law been implemented in my situation, I would not have had to wait so long. And for these sisters and brothers that are experiencing it now, let's help them. Let's vote yes so that they can get out of the lease and move onward and upward with their amazing lives and continue the journey that's placed before them.